to ensure that the process is simple and itch-free for the citizens of the state.
INEC is not saying we want to distribute. It's about collection. So if it's about collection, then there should be a kind of accessible opportunity for the electorate to be able to do that. So what we are doing today is to assess how far we have gone, what are the teething challenges, are there issues, and from all the 4 local governments we visited, you discover that people came out early enough.
Dr. Agboke added that incidence form will not be used during the election, assuring that only beavers will be used.
And one of the strengths of improvement is that for you to be accredited on election day, you must go through the bimodal voter accreditation system. Beavers is very key to your accreditation.
He also disclosed that after the collection exercise at INEC office local government, which will run till 5th of January, including Saturday and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and from 6th to 15th January, the collection will be moved to the wards. And finally, the INEC local government offices from 16th to 22nd, when the collection will end. Earlier, Dr. Agboke paid a courtesy visit to the state commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agencies, NDLEA, Mr. Yomi Ogunbiyi, where he solicited for the continuous support of the agencies, as INEC cannot organize a successful election without other relevant agencies. In his response, Mr. Yomi Ogunbiyi assured NDLEA will do everything the Constitution allows to guarantee the success of 2023 general election. Omotayo Adebodun.
In the meantime, the Imo State Police Command today killed 3 gunmen who attacked the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission in the state. The gunmen also killed 1 policeman and injured 1 in the gun duel that lasted for an hour and kept the residents of Owerri, the state capital, awake throughout the night. The spokesperson for the police in the state, Michael Abatam, also spoke to journalists at the command headquarters in Owerri, where the lifeless bodies of the hoodlums were paraded, said 5 rifles, 2 vehicles, charms, locally made bombs, phones and money were recovered from the slain gunmen. He also confirmed the death of a cop and the injury on another operative. In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission has lamented over the attack on its state headquarters office in Owerri, Imo State. Report has it that the attack was carried out today by unknown gunmen attack. Parts of the INEC building caught fire and was damaged after it was pelted with a firebomb. The Owerri attack was, however, repelled as 3 of the perpetrators, including their command, were gunned down. In a statement by the National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Mr. Festus Okoye, today described the attack as yet another systematic attack targeted at the Commission's asset. Mr. Okoye also noted that the incident happened on the day of the permanent voter cards collection by registered voters ahead of the 2023 general election. To record that this is the 3rd attack on the Commission's facilities in Imo State in less than 2 weeks, following the earlier attacks on its facilities in Olu local government area on Thursday, December 1st, and Oro West local government area office on Sunday, December 4. The Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, has insisted that the state is safe for those returning home for the Yuletide season. This is as the governor dismissed a viral message circulating in the state which had warned Christmas returnees to avoid certain roads, claiming they had been taken over by criminals. Professor Soludo assured the people that his government is making every effort to ensure that Anambra is secured during the forthcoming Yuletide. The governor said that besides checkpoints and security patrols, the state was also putting technology and other mechanisms to enable people to report criminals timely enough for immediate action. Leaders and members of National Association of Refrigerator and Air Condition Repair Practitioners in Osogbo and Olonda branch in Osun State have resolved to continue to add values to the living standard of their customers. They made this known during the maiden edition of the association's anniversary. Shijua the additional covers the event, and his report is presented from our studios.
First anniversary of the National Association of Refrigerator and Air Condition Repair Practitioner in Oshogbo and Lorda local government was attended by who and who in the society. They included dealers in the spare parts and refrigerators and air condition. Osun State Artisan Chairman Chief Karim Owolabi and the Chief Executive Officer Baloco Nigerian Limited Chief Adelusi Shitu was on ground to facilitate with the National Association of Refrigeration and Air Condition Repair Practitioner in Oshogbo and Olorunda branch in Osun State. In their separate good messages, the invitees eulogized leaders and the members of NARAP in Oshogbo and Olorunda branch for their contribution to the society. They noted the effort of the refrigerator and air condition repair practitioner in making life comfortable through their services, saying NARAP positive impact are felt in the homes office organization, mother invest centers and by car owners. Speaker after speaker, who was overwhelmed with the attendance of members, charged them not to rest on their oars but rather move to raise the banner of the association. Speaking to newsmen shortly after the well-attended program, the chairman National Association of Refrigeration and Air Condition Repair Practitioners in Oshogbo and Olorunda branch Chief Badmus Kazim Olawale, who cannot hide his joy, promised to make unity the watchword of NARAP.
To embrace peace and be united.
He therefore called for support for all members of the association in order to be relevant in the field of their profession. Also, the Zone A chairman covering Old Garage to Power Line and the branch, Mr. Popola Tajidin, disclosed that members of National Association of Refrigeration and Air Condition Repair Practitioner are professional, calling on members of society to have a level of understanding while dealing with them with the nature of electricity in Nigeria.
We have a different problem like power failure, like our materials. Everything are so difficult because if government can try to help us in order to assist us to import all our materials at the normal price so that the customer will be able to enjoy what they pay for.
The chairman NARAP 2022 anniversary committee held in Oshogbo City Hall Olonkoro, Mr. Akim Sani, appreciated Almighty God the success of the program. He called members of National Association of Refrigeration and Air Condition Repair Practitioner in Oshogbo and Olorunda branch, especially those that are young in the profession and the upcoming ones, to be dedicated and committed to the job.
To be loyal, patient, honest and faithful. A faithful person usually succeeds in life.
The trio of Chief Badmus Kazim Olawale, Mr. Popola Tajudin and Mr. Akim Sani admonished a new governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, to liaise with the federal government in the area of importation of spare parts for smooth running of their job and make services affordable for customers. NARAP Anniversary 2022 has come and gone, but the uniqueness of it will go down the memory lane of both participants and association.
This is the news across the country coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Voice of the West, Nigeria. Now, our midnight message. Rule of law and constitutionalism are the hallmark of democracy. Be law abiding. Nigerian youths have been admonished to stay focused and remain committed to their chosen legitimate source of livelihood, shunning the get-rich-quick syndrome that has engulfed the society. An ace broadcaster, Akintunde Oyelade, popularly known as Orolomo presenter, gave the admonition at an event organized to mark his 20th anniversary in broadcasting. OSBC News reporter Oluji Amuda, who witnessed the program, says it was graced by the creme de la creme in the society and beyond. Is our report.
Multiple programs at various television and radio stations in the southwestern part of Nigeria and on the global scene through his online platforms, was described as a committed and trustworthy personality who has carved a niche for himself in the field of broadcasting, while extolling the virtues of the celebrant, his families, friends and professional colleagues, including Mr. Olushola Ajala, Mr. Akinkumi Alabi, Mrs. Mojibola Kayodioke, Mr. BC Ajiboye, Chief Olu Akindele, and Otumba Adekunle Abolade, popularly known as Duduede, stated that Orolomo's creativity, doggedness, sincerity of purpose, professionalism, and dedication to duty contributed immensely to the success he is celebrating.
Orolomo is a very humble guy, you know. Over the years, he's been a very wonderful broadcaster and somebody that really went through the hall, you know. He rose through the ranks.
A broadcaster of repute that I can vouch of him anytime, any day.
Thank God, God has been with him. It wasn't easy, but we give God the glory.
He's a professional to the core. He's one of the presenters that know his onions when you are talking about broadcast industry. 20 years in broadcasting is not a small way. So we want him to be more professional.
It has not been easy, but we thank God.
While speaking in an interview with OSBC News, Mr. Oyelade, who could not hide his joy, expressed gratitude to his wife, Alhaja Monsurat Oyelade, and everyone who gathered to celebrate him, noting that the journey has never been smooth, but God has always been faithful to him. He called on the youth not to lose hope in the country, but to be diligent and committed to whatever they lay their hands on, adding that hard work truly pays.
I started my program from Radio Kwara to OSBC. 19 years ago, I started the program called Oletike on OSBC Radio 104.5 Osogbo, and since then I've been on here of different radio stations, different television.
The event featured live music and comedy presentations, empowerment for the less privileged, raffle draw, among others. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
The federal government has denied that the military is running a secret abortion service involving female officers and men. The Minister of Information, Mr. Lai Mohammed, made this known at a news conference in Abuja in response to a report by a foreign news agency report that no fewer than 10,000 female military operatives were subjected to forced abortions by the military in Nigeria. Mr. Mohammed, who described the report as unquoted, wondered how the news agency arrived at the figure after reportedly speaking with 33 persons and relying on unidentified sources only as the basis for the story. The agency claimed that its investigation is based on interviews with 33 women and girls. Bandits has released 2 victims kidnapped during last Tuesday's night's attack on the Kubwa Extension 2 relocation estate along the Arab Road area of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The freed victims, a Christian minister identified simply as Pastor Timothy, and an ex-corps member, Adenike, who recently completed the mandatory National Youth Service Corps scheme in November, were released 6 days after they were abducted alongside 5 others from their family homes. Intelligence sources disclosed that they were released following negotiations between the bandits and security forces. The 5 victims reportedly still in the kidnappers' den are 2 male children, a woman, and 2 adult males. Information has it that the bandits had requested a sum of 100 million naira as ransom for Adenike and 60 million naira for a second lady. Official sources at the estate, however, confirmed the release of 2 victims, adding that they were unsure for the reported kidnap of 5 others. An early morning fire gutted the popular Isheke market in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State capital today. It was gathered that a large portion of the market was completely burnt to ashes. Reporters said that the fire incident started midnight and destroyed goods worth millions. Information has said that many traders who lost their goods lamented and called for help from the state and the federal government. The chief fire officer in the state, Rafael Ibiam, confirmed the incident. The 7th Quadrennial and a state delegate conference of the Nigerian Union of Teachers NUT Osun State Wings holds tomorrow morning, released by the state chairman of the NUT, Comrade Adekomi Adekunle, and the secretary, Comrade Akin Adeojo, indicates that the special guest of honor at the event is the state governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke. The release enjoins all stakeholders, delegates as well as teachers in the state to attend the conference built to held at NUTO Iwo Ibadan Road, Osogbo. The chairman of Gbongan Muslim community, Alhaji Taufik Olalekan, has commended efforts of Muslims at ensuring the completion of the Muslim cemetery in Gbongan. Alhaji Olalekan gave the commendation at the dedication of the cemetery to Allah, the giver and taker of life. Ibrahim Razak covered the program. His report.
One of the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, is to bury the dead in the graveyards so that their souls will benefit from prayers rendered there. Perhaps this prompted the Gbongan Muslim community, in conjunction with Alhaji Murtada Adeyemi, a mosque in Gbongan, to embark on building an Islamic burial ground. Speaking at the official dedication of the cemetery, the chairman of the Gbongan Muslim community, Alhaji Taufik Olalekan, explained that the project is first of its kind in Gbongan and its environs. He called on Muslims in Gbongan to recognize the importance of using the cemetery, saying that it is in line with Islamic injunctions. Alhaji Olalekan therefore appreciated those who contributed to the success of the project.
We want the gathering to know that cemetery is the area that all the Muslims must come and bury their corpse according to the saying of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
In his address, one of the donors to the project, Alhaji Murtada Adeyemi, explained that apart from the Islamic cemetery, the Muslims are considering establishing a quality healthcare facility. He also appreciated those saddled with the responsibility of building the cemetery for a job well done.
Our religion is a religion of procedure. Allah, who created us, has given us instruction. It's only Islam that has details of what to do, how to marry, how to live your life, how to relate with your neighbor, when you die, how to bury you. It's only Islam that is explicitly complete on that.
Mr. Musa Gafar was the architect who designed the Gbongan Muslim cemetery. While speaking, noted that it houses washroom, ablution area, funeral praying area, burial ground totaling 4,000 capacity, with zones, parking lots, and security houses, which has kitchen, restroom, and bathroom. He appreciated the Gbongan Muslim community for going through the direction of building a cemetery.
Now to sport. Ogun State will host the 22nd National Sport Festival in 2024, just as the State refrains a grip on the medals table by winning the 21st edition in Asaba. Adeyemi Abodari has details on sports segment.
President Muhammadu Buhari has declared the 21st National Sport Festival, tagged Delta 22, closed, with Team Delta, the defending champions, maintaining the lead as overall winner of the competition, with a total of 649 medals comprising of 320 gold, 200 silver, and 120 bronze medals, while Bayelsa clinched the second position with a total of 337 medals, and Edo State came third with 339 medals, declaring the festival closed at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba. The president congratulated the teams for their outstanding performances and adds that as sportsmen and women, they should accept defeat at sport events as challenged to do better next time. Represented by Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Sunday Dari, the president saluted government and people of Delta State for hosting the best National Sport Festival in recent times, as well as for high standard facilities provided for the games. Meanwhile, following the evaluation of the bids and physical visitation, Ogun State has been picked as the next host for the National Sport Festival in 2024. Ogun State emerged as preferred host ahead of Oyo State, which came second. Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro has explained what his players must do to become African Cup of Nations winners again. In an interview with the media, Peseiro highlighted the 4-0 loss to Portugal, pointing that the Eagles can take away from the game as they set their sights on winning the next African Cup of Nations. According to Peseiro, the players need to play like a big team if they want to win the African Cup of Nations and be among the best teams in Africa. Meanwhile, African Football Governing Body CAF has confirmed the date for the announcement of the host of the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Guinea was stripped of the hosting right in October after it failed to meet the requirement in terms of infrastructure. The bidding process was reopened in November, and some countries have indicated interest in staging the biennial event. Among countries that have shown interest are Morocco, Algeria, South Africa, Senegal, and Zambia. The football governing body announced that the new host will be announced on February 10th next year. Cote d'Ivoire will host the biennial competition in 2024. The Nigerian Football Federation is expected to go with proposal for the Flying Eagles to train in Spain or fly the team out earlier to Egypt ahead of the next year's Under-20 African Cup of Nations. The Nigerian Football Federation has received a proposal for the country's Under-20 team to train in Spain before they fly out to African Cup of Nations in Egypt in February. The initial plan was for the Flying Eagles to fly out to Egypt much earlier before the kickoff of the African Cup of Nations Under-20 so as to get used to the prevailing cold weather condition. The 2023 Under-20 African Cup of Nations will be played between February 18th and March 12th, with the top 4 teams marching on to the 2023 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Indonesia in May. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen scored an acrobatic goal as Napoli beat Crystal Palace 3-1 in a team-up game in Turkey on Sunday. Premier League side had a good start, testing Alex Meret with Ebere Eze's volley before Wilfred Zaha's hang-good drive opened the scoring. Moment later, Osimhen drew level with a spectacular effort, flicking the ball in the air over the head of Will Hughes.
And that was the news across the country, edited by Ulushola Egbodofo. For more Ebaros, can visit www.osbcng.org. Thanks for listening. Good evening.